Yo! Scoot over a little bit. You got equality here.
Yeah.
Coast Guard and Navy equal representation.
Yeah.
What is it? Representation without...
It's something without representation, right?
We should know this. Taxation without representation. Hey, shout out to your cousin.
My cousin Danzel's in town from Oregon.
Danzel from Oregon. He's teaching us what we should have.
Yeah.
What are we? What kind
Fact
of
checker.
veterans?
He's the
What kind of
fact
veterans
checker.
are we? We don't know our founding fathers.
I know, man.
Again.
They started it all.
On that note, Military Life Before and After, episode 49. A brand new.
Hallelujah!
Hallelujah. Let's hear a Coast Guard Chris intro, man. One of the last ones.
Okay,
what is your intro?
What is my intro? I don't even think I had an official one.
Your outro.
What up, YouTube Nation?
YouTube Nation! Guys, as you know, Coast Guard Chris is literally days away from starting his crazy world travels.
Yep.
So, episode 49, episode 50 coming very soon. We're gonna get to 50 before he leaves.
50 will be epic.
Yeah, 49 though. This one we're gonna be talking about, Jesse. This episode we're talking about why we did not re-enlist.
Yes.
Why we did not re-enlist in the Navy, why did he not re-enlist in the Coast Guard. So we both did our first contract. Mine was 4 years, yours was?
4 years also.
4 years. I also did though, just to throw it out there, I did do 1 year of active reserves. So after my 4th year I got out, I did active reserves, which is the weekend warriors for a year. I was like, I don't like this. Signed some paperwork, then I'm now in active reserve. And now I'm almost done, my 8 years is almost up.
Did you have to extend your contract when you went to A school? Because that's what happened to me.
No.
Yeah, so like...
I had a guarantee for the Navy.
Yeah.
You get to know if your job has an A school before you sign it.
Okay. Well, I was telling my cousin, so, you know, I had my college degree. I was always planning to go officer. And this was 2008, so this is right when the recession happened.
Right.
And I put everything in, and my recruiter didn't get it into MEPS in time. And because the retention rate was really high, no one was getting out. So normally they have 4 boards a year for officer candidacy, but they only had 1 because of the recession.
Right.
So I missed that window, and I already invested like 5 months of my life into it. And he's like, well, you could wait another year, or you can enlist. So I enlisted. So my plan was always to go officer, and I was gonna do that while I was in, but it's actually harder while you're enlisted.
Oh,
because
yeah.
you gotta show them what you did now in the service. If you try to go as a civilian, they'll see what you did as a civilian. If it's impressive, whatever. But now that you're in, they don't give a shit.
Oh, it is tough. It's like a very, very small percentage of
Really
people that
small.
go enlisted to officer once you're active duty.
Yeah. So that was part of it. And then,
Part of the reason you got out was because you weren't able to go officer?
yeah, it's because I realized I'd have to put at least a solid 4 to 8 years
More of
to
enlisted.
build my resume.
Yeah.
To be like even considered.
And that's a long time.
That's
too.
long. That's like
not-
you might as
that's-
well like make a career at that point.
For my job, the reason I was able to make E5 so fast, which I'm going to be touching on in a future video, but it was because they were kicking out so many aviation mechanics. At the time that I was going in,
Why were they?
there was we were doing the enlisted review board. So basically they were kicking out all of the E5s that didn't make rank.
Oh,
They're
shit.
kicking out all the people that didn't make rank and they were in over like 10 years.
Yeah.
And they hadn't made E6
See, I
for like
wish-
14 years.
Did you guys have to do a review board to also rank up, or did you just have to take a test?
No, for the Navy to rank up, it's a test and then it's your eval. Your evaluation. So it's like
Same
60,
card.
40, 50, 50.
Yeah.
But the reason that I didn't re-enlist, for my story, you know, I went in knowing like, okay, I'm most likely just gonna do 4.
No.
And then go reserve. And then, you know, get my degree, use the GI Bill. And then start my whole new career, you know, from there. And when I was in though, I made E5 really fast. I was a 2nd class in under 3 years, and you know, I was making good money.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know, dang, this is awesome. But my quality of life, it wasn't worth it for me, like, to stay in and deal with being an aviation mechanic as an E5. Just like that position, it's high stress, especially, you know, I wasn't super passionate about my job enough to where I would want to stay in and make that.
Because as
it a
E5
career.
for your rate, you have to like start to take on more of like a managerial role.
Yeah, CDQ. I was a supervisor as an E4 and an E5. I was in charge of 18 junior sailors.
Oh shit. Yeah.
But then as an E5, if I would have stayed in, then I could have been a potential LPO, but then made E6, and then, you know, you're put up for chief. So and it wasn't something, like I said, that I would want to do.
Yeah.
And invest that much time because I didn't have the passion for it.
Yeah.
So I was like, hey, that's fine. My first plan, anyways, was to get out, just use this as a stepping stone. So that's what I did.
And sometimes you join and you do find a passion, right? And you stay. Some people do, right?
Yeah. A lot of people that stay in are the ones that didn't even plan on it.
Yeah.
It's like 15% of people do the 20. Most of the majority of people are going to be getting out.
Yeah. On average for the Coast Guard, it was 8 years. Because typically you go to a boat, which is about 4 years, 2 to 4 years, and then go to land unit and then get out. Or go to land unit and say, oh, this isn't bad. Go to a boat and say, oh, this sucks. Get out that way.
But no, it's awesome though. You know, there's a lot of people that are nervous about transitioning.
Yep.
And about getting out of the military, and I totally understand that feeling, especially if you have a family.
Yeah. Oh.
If you have a family, it makes it a lot harder. I was single, and and my parents were very helpful with letting me stay there for a couple months after I was transitioning. But like, if you don't have that support, if you have kids, it can be very scary, you know, because you're losing a lot of your benefits. There's a lot of uncertainty. You don't know how the job market is. You hear a lot of scary things when you're in because people are trying to dissuade you to get out.
When I got out, a lot of the people that were like seemed kind of against it were people that I know really didn't have an option to get out because they were married with kids.
Yeah.
But they had to accept it because they had to, right? They had to provide for the family.
And that's where they get disgruntled. And when you get bad leaders, is when those people, they're trapped and they don't have passion for their job, and they shit rolls downhill. I mean,
when you get married, and more so when you have kids, your priorities have to change, right? It's not about you anymore. But don't. I mean, if you're really not happy, fuck, life's too short, man. I would not stay in just because you feel obligated. Like, there's opportunities out there.
Yeah, I was gonna touch on those. So I planned myself getting out. I was like, all right, you know, I want to go to college, use the GI Bill. You know, hopefully all my benefits work out and the VA doesn't screw me over because everyone's worried about the VA. I have had no issues, man. It's been awesome. I got out. I've been on my benefits, you know, using the post 9/11 GI Bill for 2 years. Haven't had an issue.
Yeah.
Everything's been smooth. You know, everything that I expected to happen and planned to happen has happened. So it's definitely, you know, no crazy things have come out of left field for my transition.
As long as your veteran coordinator at your school does their job, there should be no issues whatsoever getting your money.
I overplan like a motherfucker. I freak out and overplan like crazy. So you guys have to be on top of your shit. Like, you're gonna hear like, oh, JT, like you know, my VA person didn't do this or my person didn't do that. I never gave them a chance to fail. I was up their ass so fucking much, calling them 5 o'clock in the morning. Jesse even knows. I'd wake up at 5 in the morning to call the VA because they open at 8 o'clock East Coast. Yeah. And I'd be number one on the line, like, what's going on, what's going on? So I didn't even give them a chance to fail. I was like on it.
If you're getting out, do it. Start a year. You give yourself a year to plan for getting out.
Yeah, and especially if you want to go to university, what you said, talk to get that contact at the school you want to go to. The veteran, there should be a veteran coordinator that's, you know, deals with all the benefits when you go to college.
Be wary of going to a school that doesn't have that, because sometimes they have people that's kind of in charge of it, but they don't know what they're doing.
It could be a shit show.
Yeah, so find one that has, even better, a veteran resource center. You know.
Cal Lutheran University.
Cal Lutheran, yeah.
Check out our school. Hey, a little plug here.
The Kingsmen, the Regals, whatever we are.
No, our veteran office is fucking awesome. You guys see everybody. You guys see us at the office all the time having fun.
Shit.
And our benefits are always on point. And we also got one person so far from my videos that lived in Florida and now goes to Cal after he got out.
Came coast to coast.
That's crazy. That's awesome, man. So shout out to you, brother.
Yeah.
Fuck, dude. We got to get him on the videos. Lewis, right?
Yeah, Lewis, yeah.
Yeah, Lewis, man.
He was a Marine. Yeah.
Navy.
Navy?
Was he Marine?
I think he was Marine.
I thought he was Navy. Lewis, you got to get on this stick in front.
Yeah, we got.
Gotta be sick to get his perspective as somebody that watched my videos and now is experiencing what I was portraying.
I'll probably validate everything you said.
Oh yeah,
he seems to be having fun every time I talk to him.
He's smiling, man. He's always like, hey, this is awesome, man. Cal is great. This is a good school, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, guys, I hope you learn, just learn a little something from our experiences. And if anything, if you could take anything away from this, it'd be over-plan, over-prepare. Don't give them the opportunity to fuck you up.
Yeah.
You over.
Because they will, and then they'll blame it on you. They say, well, you should have been prepared.
So, you got to be meticulous. That's the military should teach you that. Attention to detail, to be meticulous.
I had, when I was getting out, my DD-214, I had them change it 5 times because thankfully I had a good LPO. And he's like, listen, this is This is your final record.
Yeah.
Make sure they have it fucking right. If you have to go there 20 times for them to fix it, do it.
Yeah.
Because once you're out, they're not going to fix it when you're out.
And once you get the DD214, make a shitload of copies of it. A lot of people say you can give it to your county clerk.
Yeah.
You can give it to your county blah, blah, English.
County.
Do I speak it?
My dad tried
your
to get
clerk house, your courthouse.
Courthouse, yeah.
What the fuck? I said clerk house.
Official record. It'll always be there. You could always
yeah,
get family
your local
members.
courthouse.
Yeah. Look.
Dude, I was like, I cannot say that word.
I'm gonna try to put as much videos up as I can.
Intermittently.
You know, I spent a lot of money on some of the equipment, so I have.
But understand that he's going to be in some pretty remote locations.
Yeah, so the internet's going to be shoddy. So I'll try to do that daily, but you know that depends on the internet quality.
Follow his Instagram though.
Yeah. At Jackson JAXSIN 75.
At Jackson75. So definitely go check out his Insta. Thank you guys so much for all the support. We're about to hit 30,000 subscribers.
Yeah.
Woo! 30K. Next stop, 100K train.
100K. Yeah.
100K. We're chugging along, and it's exciting time. You guys are always showing so much support. The comments are always so positive, man.
Pretty good, yeah.
You guys are awesome, man. I'll see you fine. All right, guys. See you. Social media below as always. Hey.
Yeah.